What is up, everyone? Welcome to Fallout 4. My dog and I, we have to go towards the Corvega assembly plant, and we have to rid all raiders from the plant in order to accomplish a mission that we retrieved from a woman from an outpost about 20 minutes of gameplay before this. Anyway, I'm not showing all that, but I'm not even showing you all the scenes where I had to use TGM, which is a console command for God mode enabled. I'm not going to show you that because I was just dying repeatedly, one after another. Because I saved it at a very bad point after what you're about to see in this video, and you will encounter even more raiders than what you are about to see here. So this mission is very difficult, as is Fallout 4, even on normal difficulty, which is what you're seeing. Anyway, on to the subject of this video. I wanted to talk about two recent videos from DramaAlert. One is about like employer relations. Typically, when you work for an employer, you never ask to renegotiate your contract, whether it be per hour paid or salary per year paid. But understandably, crises will happen in a person's life, and they will ask their boss, which is a representative for the employer, that can you please raise my salary, otherwise I will have to find a position elsewhere. Yes, I've heard of that in the corporate world. I do work at a corporate position. But, doesn't matter what position you have, you will sometimes feel discouraged by what you're being paid. You feel that you should be paid more, or just because of a recent crisis, so you decide, well, maybe I'll ask my employer for a raise. Typically, most employees have fear doing that, and I guess in this situation, a crisis happened, forcing this YouTuber to ask for renegotiation of his contract and help him financially. So that's understandable. But sometimes you just accept what you're paid and be content with it, that you have a position and that you have that you're getting paid. I mean, there are many people in the world that don't have jobs currently and that are seeking jobs. And sometimes it's just even hard to get a lower paid position versus one that you had a skill set for that was much higher paying because of the economy and stuff. But anyway, understandably, situations happen in our own lives that force us to seek for financially sound positions that offer us more money. But when we can't do that, we'll ask our employer for a raise, I suppose. But me, personally, I've never done that. I've heard of certain employees have done that, companies I worked for, but it's really not the talk of the town. I guess shit happens, and sometimes you're desperate and you're gonna ask for a renegotiation. But for YouTubers, so when you hear of a YouTuber doing that, typically it's for someone who's very serious about their channel and someone who's taking it so seriously that they may pursue it for a living, and it is possible for a YouTuber to make a living from their channel, definitely, and probably even make more of a living than a person in the 9 to 5 type of setting. I do have a full-time job, and I do YouTube as a part-time hobby and for fun. But there are YouTubers, if they put their full effort into it, they will do very well on YouTube, and they do exist in the gaming community. They exist in all types of channels for YouTube, entertainment, music, etc. So, but for that person that mentioned on DramaAlert, some kind of personal crisis happened. It's understandable, but it's always met with fear when asking an employer for a raise, when you're unsure how the employer will react. But it's a risk worth taking, I guess, for some. On to the second topic is with another video from Drama that mentioned of a customer and a business relation. How a business treats a customer, and if the customer if the customer is not satisfied with the product or service delivered to him or her, that person will be pissed. Understandably, this very famous YouTuber, she had a service done for her vehicle by a custom shop, and this custom shop delivered her vehicle inoperable on with the windshield and etc. I'm not sure of everything that was inoperable, but they did a nice custom paint job. And I personally went to auto shop because I couldn't find a custom paint shop at one time, and I wanted to repaint my entire car. I drive like a Roush Mustang, but it's like an old school, not the current design. It's from like 2006 to maybe 2005 to 2014, I think. And I wanted to get the entire vehicle repainted. You know how much I was quoted for by the auto shop? He said it would take 1.5 months. The paint job would probably take cost around $8 grand, and then I'd be out of a vehicle, which would cost me, for a rental, which would be like very expensive. But it's like extravagant. Why would you go to such an extreme to make your car like stand out? You should just accept the paint job that's given to you by the maker, dealer, whatever, and just be content with it, because an auto paint job will be thousands upon thousands of dollars. I mean, if you have money to spend, you can do that, but it will be very it's a very time consuming process. That's what I gathered from the person I spoke to at the auto shop. That's why he says there's no money in it. That's why we just work on auto body collision repair, because there's no money for custom paint jobs. That's why many shops don't even offer it, because he said there's no money in it. So for me to ask him to do a custom paint job for my vehicle, to repaint the entire vehicle, it was like I was wasting his time. But he's like, yeah, we can do it, but it will take a very long time. But in this situation with this other YouTuber, she went to a professional custom shop place that specializes in custom paint jobs and stuff. And I guess for them to leave her with a vehicle that is not working and is not 100% to her satisfaction, yes, does look bad. And yeah, and so they somewhat retaliated after she uploaded a review of their business. Well, I don't want to use the word retaliated. Maybe they just were defensive, and then they uploaded a written statement. So now there's some sort of like legal battle that is happening, and sometimes that happens, between customer and business, and between employee and employer. Anyway, those are the topics that happened from DramaAlert that stood out, worth mentioning, at least in this video. Alright everyone, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.